is an article by Focus on the Family titled, Activists Label Help for People Leaving Homosexuality as Hate and Extremism. Activists urge Big Tech to shut down free speech. The Global Project Against Hate and Extremism believes it's harmful and malicious for Christians and counselors to believe that homosexual and transgender identities and behaviors are a sin, and to help people struggling with this form of sexual brokenness. In its push to ban hate and extremism, this organization has started a campaign to push social media and big tech companies into silencing counselors, support groups, pastors, and churches that offer hope and healing to those struggling with LGBT issues. They've already been successful in shutting down the YouTube account of one counseling group called Reintegrative Therapy Associates, known as RTA. The Global Project Against Hate and Extremism wants big tech companies like Amazon, Google, Facebook, Twitter, Bing, YouTube, and Instagram to block all information about leaving homosexuality and gender confusion. Some of these companies have already done this, but the Global Project Against Hate and Extremism is not satisfied, and they demand more. If this organization has its way, parents could not find help for their 3-year-old son who rejects being a boy and thinks he is a girl. If this organization has its way, a 16-year-old Christian girl enmeshed in a lesbian relationship would not be able to find or search the internet to discover helpful resources. If this organization has its way, a married man with children who is having a dangerous anonymous sexual encounter with a man could not find counseling to save his marriage and family. The Global Project Against Hate and Extremism recently published 2 reports about counselors and Christian groups that use the internet to promote biblical sexuality and change from gender confusion and homosexuality. The first article is titled Conversion Therapy Online, the Ecosystem. The Global Project Against Hate and Extremism conducted global research and found that online help and resources for leaving homosexuality and transgenderism were often readily available. The second report, titled Conversion Therapy Online, The Players, describes Christian ministries and secular counseling organizations that offer support groups and healing prayer and therapy for individuals who are unhappy with LGBT identities, thoughts, and behaviors. The report lists Catholic and evangelical churches and large American social conservative far-right organizations such as Alliance Defending Freedom, Focus on the Family, and the Family Research Council as organizations that supposedly promote disinformation about LGBT issues. The Players provide snapshot reviews of Christian groups like Desert Stream Ministries, Restored Hope Network, Courage, Sex Change Regret, and Exodus Global Alliance. It lists secular groups like the Alliance for Therapeutic Choice and Scientific Integrity and the Reintegrative Therapy Association. These and other organizations, churches, and pastors have helped thousands and thousands of people around the world live free from homosexuality and transgenderism, lead the way in stifling free speech and religious liberty. The Global Project Against Hate and Extremism is really the one promoting disinformation, as it repeats The lie that attempting to live in sexual wholeness is dangerous and causes harm. Dozens of studies and hundreds of testimonials show us differently. It also uses the term conversion therapy, coined by activists who oppose leaving homosexuality or transgenderism, which is so broad and vague a term that it is meaningless. Shortly after Forbes published an article about the reports, YouTube deleted the Reintegrative Therapy Associates account, which had videos of client testimonials, demonstrations of therapies working with clients, and explanations of research about leaving homosexuality. The videos are still available, however, on the Reintegrative Therapy Associates website. But if the global project against hate and extremism has its way, search engines would keep people from finding them. YouTube even deleted videos showing healing from pornographic addiction and childhood abuses. Joseph Nicolosi Jr., a licensed clinical psychologist and founder of the Reintegrative Therapy Associates, told Fox Business that YouTube said its community guidelines prohibit speech that promotes hatred or violence towards certain groups or individuals. Nicolosi said the Forbes article repeatedly mentioned Reintegrative Therapy Associates and it came out less than 3 days before our channel was banned, adding that the Reintegrative Therapy Associates does not promote or offer conversion therapy. Like other counselors who help people struggling with LGBT issues, the Reintegrative Therapy Associates work is not coercive or abusive, but respects the client's autonomy and self-determination. Nicolosi said, "In the reintegrative therapy, the client is in the driver's seat. The professional therapist uses evidence-based treatment approaches to treat traumatic memories. Trauma resolution is the actual goal, and sexuality and sexual changes are often a secondary byproduct." He stated, "By silencing scientific evidence they don't like, they effectively shape the public conversation about the science of sexuality and gender. In the name of anti-bullying and stopping medical misinformation, they themselves have become the real bullies, and in doing so, mislead the very people they say they're trying to protect, individuals who struggle with trauma and their own sexuality." Thank you so much for listening, and have a lovely, blessed day.